We've made the 50-minute trip west to a new month at a new venue for Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart. We're at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, and here's the lineup for today. Our returning champion, Josh Smith, will try to hang on to that spot against one of these competitors, Andrew Kopec, Jesse Taccone, or Justin Wyman. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to Rochester, New York. I'm Paul Peck with Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famer Sue Nawojski. We started our season here in September, and we will hold our penultimate event here now, but things are a little different than they were back in the fall. New group of bowlers and new conditions.
That's right. So you can just change up the bowling center by changing up the conditions, so it's going to favor some different people, and that's what we have. We have a couple two-handers, we have a couple traditional bowlers, and just by altering the shot, it'll alter how it finishes.
Yeah, and we have a lot of bowlers who are comfortable here, who bowl here, who call this place home. We'll see if they have a home lane advantage. Which one of them will make it look as easy as ABC? Well, we'll find out. Let's get rolling. It's Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Latina Boulevard Foods, your favorite family in food distribution. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowlingNewYork.com to find a center near you. And here we go. It's our first match. Jesse Taccone and Justin Wyman to get us started here at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester. Second appearance on our show for Justin Wyman. Haven't seen him since last season, and he was rather unlucky the last time we saw him. So he's looking to change his luck this time, and a little bit of a late pinfall helps him on the way right there.
Yeah, Justin had the unfortunate event of having a 300 shot against him. So
yeah, that's what I meant by unlucky.
That's hard to beat.
I said to him, because we've known Justin, he's been involved in our TV production over the last year. I said, "You going to play a little defense today?" And he just smiled at me because there wasn't much he could do when Stephen Conklin bowled the only 300 we've had here in 2 seasons of Beat the Champ against Justin Wyman. So it's a spare to open things up for Justin, and now we get our first look at the 18-year-old from right here in Spencerport, New York, right in the area, Jesse Taccone.
Yeah, that's right. If anybody has a home field advantage, it's going to be this young man.
Yeah, I was going to say, familiar with this bowling center, bowled his high school matches here, bowls here all the time. When he is as comfortable as you could be. Scoring and stats today are powered by Pizza 151, the original premium quality pizza. He's so familiar here that when he came in the building, they announced that he was here as kind of a joke, but that tells you that everybody knows Jesse, and right now everybody wants to be Jesse's friend with 2 strikes to start things off.
And Justin saying, "Oh no, not again."
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, right?
Yeah.
So, speaking of familiar, this is home turf for Justin Wyman as well, 42 years old from right here in Rochester. And there's his first strike. Works in the event production industry, but has ties to the bowling world as well.
Sure, he has a pro shop in this area, and in talking to Justin, it's like, these pro shop operators have to know so much about all the equipment that comes out, and it just evolves so quickly, and just so much information is in your head based on, what you know about these bowling balls, and I can't imagine how that doesn't complicate things to some extent. Just so much to know.
So we've got 2 guys who are pretty tuned into not just the equipment, but the venue as well.
Right. Well, like we talked.
So when that's the case, what what do you think this match comes down to? Because no one guy has an advantage over, he's never bowled here before, he doesn't know how the lanes are going to react. So where do you think this comes down to?
Well, it's certainly going to come down to what choice you make in a bowling ball, because this is a house shot. So to get that out of the way, to make it even more familiar to these guys, it is probably something that they've bowled league on and competed in this area for on these particular conditions. So they kind of know what kind of ball they want to use. And so execution is going to matter, but at the end of the day, which ball is going to evolve to be the right ball, because things will change as they go. You're going to get a little bit of carry down, and right now this looks like the perfect ball reaction, and now you see it go a little high. So just because it's a house shot doesn't mean it's going to be guaranteed pocket hits.
So when we were here in September for our first show of season number 2 here at the ABC Gates Bowl, it was a medium oil pattern, right? Well, now we're here on a house shot, as you mentioned. These are synthetic lanes as well. So that's the difference, and maybe that has something to do with why we didn't have a whole lot of bowlers from that first set of shows here that are here on this set of shows.
I agree, and there's different bowlers attracted to tougher scoring conditions or what we like to call sports shots, modified sports shots. Some people don't want to bowl on a house condition. And to be honest with you, house conditions evolve and change just like any other shot.
So I think the upshot is we're expecting some pretty good scores, and has been no reason for us not to believe that through the first 4 frames of what we've seen here today. 3 strikes and a spare for Jesse Taccone. Justin Wyman gets set for frame number 4, 2 spares and a strike.
Always the great changer in this game is the addition of urethane. And neither of these players have chosen to start with urethane, but they did warm up on this pair and test it out. So, no matter what, the changes, how people play this, the balls that they use, will all play into where the shot goes.
What does urethane both do positively, and what might be the challenge you'd have to overcome with it in this condition?
Well, fresh conditions, which is what we're seeing today, is normally where people are drawn to urethane because it smooths the lane condition out. Sometimes with fresh oil, you'll have really sharp back ends, and that will tame that down because you don't want the ball like hooking high on you. And until you get a little carry down, the ball will do that. It'll hook sharply in the back, and urethane tames that down.
Well, speaking of hook, Justin didn't quite get the hook that he wanted there, which is why I believe it's the head pin that was left.
Yes.
2 pin, sorry, correction. 2 pin.
Yeah, he came up light and left the 2 pin. And we saw that on the first shot, too, where he came up light and left the 2 pins. So we have to see if maybe the left lane plays a little tighter down the lane than the right lane does. It's something they have to figure out as they go.
5th frame now for Jesse Taccone, 18 years old, from right here in Spencerport. He is a student at Mercyhurst University in Erie, Pennsylvania. Bowls on the bowling team at Mercyhurst. But again, from Spencerport, New York, bowled on the high school team there, whose home venue is right here at the ABC Gates Bowl.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of success on this show from the college bowlers, and even though they haven't made TV before, we would sometimes say some nerves would play into that. They don't really have that because of, the conditions that they're bowling on all the time and all the attention that's drawn to college bowling. And, it's just so big that their experience makes them not nervous when they get in front of the camera.
And they're bowling, they're practicing probably every day, right? They're in a regime of training and bowling and thinking bowling and doing bowling, and that has to be a huge advantage compared to maybe the bowlers we get on this show that bowl once or twice a week.
Sure, and they get coaching as well.
So Jesse will try to finish off the spare. He does here in the 6th frame. It's Wyman and Taccone to get us started here in Rochester.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
Yeah, bowling. Such a well-oiled machine of mischief for the masses. The Egyptians made bowling the sport of pharaohs, and yet bowling said, no, I am for him, for her, even that guy. Yeah, don't do that. You light the stage for us. You bring the encouragement, and all you ask in return? What's your shoe size? Don't go boring. Go bowling.
Sixth frame here for Justin Wyman as we continue with our first match here at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, New York. Of course, last month we were at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes in Newark, New York, and as I mentioned, a little shy of an hour drive from that venue to this one as we continue to stay in this Rochester area.
Little trip 4 here for Justin. He's keeping the ball in. They're both keeping the ball in on this right lane. It's kind of interesting to see how they're playing them different, because Justin's got this Dutch 200 going, which means spare strike, spare strike, spare strike.
I love
He's got one lane figured out, and the other one he's come up a little light on. So we'll have to see what his adjustment is on the left lane.
Let's see if he can break that streak and trend. He does.
Yeah, that was a great shot right there.
That's the first double of the match for Justin Wyman, and the Wyman cheering section excited. So I mentioned Jesse Taccone bowled in high school here at the ABC Gates. How about average 240 for high school, and was the player of the year as a high school bowler at Spencerport High School.
No wonder he's a celebrity in this building.
Yeah, he's got a great cheering section and a big a minor celebrity here in the bowling venue.
Well, that got away from him. That was way right of target. I just mentioned on the last one how they're on the last time they've been on this lane that they've been keeping it in, and that went all the way out to like the 3, 4, or 5 board out there. That's definitely out the window, leaving a makeable spare. Could have been worse.
Let's see if the two-hander can grab the 2 pins. 2 hands, 2 pins, yes.
What that did, though, is give Justin a chance to get right back into this match. We're talking about, 5 or 4 pin difference now,
right.
So it's a pretty even up game.
So Jesse had 4 strikes in the first 5 frames, but now Justin has a double working in frames 6 and 7, so that has tightened this one up. Winner of this match moves on to match number 2 against another Rochester area guy in Andrew Kopec. That one looked good the whole way for Jesse Taccone.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. I mean, it seems like they softened up just a hair on this left lane. Beautiful.
Perfect. If you telestrated a line that you wanted it to go, it would have stayed right on that line. All right, let's see what Justin can do with the 2 strikes he's got right now. And that one again, just didn't get the hook where he needed it to be.
Yep.
Now, why is that?
Well, let's take a look at this shot and see, because he was playing in. That one seemed to get a little bit right on him, and the ball's just not finishing. So
looked like it took a little funny turn there.
It's not, well, it's like a wiggle, right? It looks like just
a wiggle. That's the right word. I couldn't think of it. You got it.
It hits a patch of oil, and just doesn't continue along its path and does a little wiggle.
We were going to kid Justin, call him the Man in Black based on his outfit today, but Wyman the Wiggler might be a better nickname.
No, it's not. This was almost didn't. I did not think he was going to get that back and out from that. That was a lucky break right there.
Well, you know what? After what happened to him last year and having a guy bowl a 300 against him, Justin could use a little lucky break.
Yeah. Now he's down 7 with his opponent having a strike up. So
just not getting the hook the right way
No,
that he
that ball's
wants it.
going a little long for him. It's got to be a little bit too perfect. I'm not sure if, they got a chance to practice with multiple equipment, and he ended up picking up this one towards the end. It's definitely going a little long on him.
Well, we have tested his spare game here today, and he has passed all of those tests, but will it be enough?
Yeah, with their experience, these guys should both be excellent spare shooters. I don't anticipate, this first thing that I'm going to do to mess things up. But, both, honestly, like for college, this young man here, it's really stressed to make your spares in that arena, because you do see a lot of sport shots, and you see, a lot of change in the lane condition, and you are expected to make your spares.
And that is a double for Jesse Taccone, as he seems to have refound the groove here. 13 career 300s for Jesse Taccone. And all he needs is a mark here in the 10th frame, and it'll be Jesse Taccone that will advance on. And make the rather large Taccone cheering section very happy. He's got it.
There it is.
An impressive Beat the Champ debut for the 18-year-old Jesse Taccone. He is going to hang on here and move on to match number 2. Boy, I'll tell you, if there's been a theme of season 2 here on this show, it has been the young, particularly the young college, even the college and the high school bowlers, just how impressive they are and how well they manage their game.
Absolutely true.
So Jesse Taccone, an impressive performance, moves him on. It'll be Taccone and Kopec. Second match next. Match number 2, Andrew Kopec making his Beat the Champ debut against Jesse Taccone off the 244 to 215 victory over Justin Wyman. An impressive 244 performance in Taccone's Beat the Champ debut. And boy, you really like what you're seeing already out of this kid. There just seems to be a consistency in everything that he does.
Yeah, and a composure. I mean, there's no obvious nerves. I mean, he seems very confident.
Andrew Kopec is from right here in Rochester, New York, 27 years old. Operations manager is the occupation, 217 current average in the 2 leagues that he bowls in. And another guy very familiar with here at the ABC Gates Bowl. Bowls in a league here and has bowled here an awful lot in his life.
Yeah, this is what's really cool about, they're both two-handers. It's really cool about showing the differences and how people can play the same lane condition. Because, you got another two-hander here, but you see him playing the lane quite a bit different. He's deeper, and he's opening the lane up a little bit more. And, look where he's sliding. He's sliding all the way towards the left gutter there. And just choosing to open up the lane, throw it into the dry, and go for more, better carry that way.
So we touched on this in the first match about how impressed we have been with the college bowlers in particular, and let's not open that. Let's not be overly specific. The sort of the younger high school college bowlers, those 22-year to 18-year-old guys. What is it about that group that you think has been so successful on this show?
So I've noticed over the years, since house shots have become so prevalent. If you don't get out there in bowl tournaments or see any other condition than your house shots, you are not sharp. You may think you're sharp, but you really are not sharp until you get onto these shots where you do have to be a shot maker and you do have to hit your target. You don't get 5 or 6 boards to play with. And I think that the disparity between people who are really great bowlers in their house leagues versus people who are good bowlers that bowl tournaments, I mean, the disparity just keeps getting wider. I mean, you just don't see those shots. I mean, these college kids see these tougher shots all the time, and they do have the emphasis on spare making. So they're just a lot sharper.
And that one in the third frame here rings around the 10 pin for Jesse Taccone. How much does the learning to handle the pressure of competition, whether it's college, high school, regional tours, whatever, but those college guys are in a competitive mode all the time.
Sure, and the more you see these pressure situations, the less daunting they are to you. So yeah, that's true too. And that's why TV doesn't really faze them, because they're used to that type of stress and they're comfortable with it.
So a strike and 2 spares for Jesse Taccone. Andrew Kopec has impressively started with a double. 14 career 300s and a high 832 series, bowled in high school at Auburn High School, not all that far from here in the Rochester area, and then bowled in college at both Cayuga Community College and William Patterson University in New Jersey. So again, another guy that has bowled in college and has experienced that level of competition.
That's a good program over there too.
Yeah, I believe he's the second bowler we've had in the last couple of weeks on our show who was a college bowler at William Patterson University in North Jersey.
Yeah, it's real interesting.
The more Jersey guys we can have on the show, the better, right?
Yeah, that's how you'd feel.
So a great start for Andrew Kopec. Couldn't be any better.
Fourth
frame.
Get really the low down angle at that's a great view.
Strike. Doesn't matter what angle we show you, all the pins are falling.
Again, really choosing to play deep on the lane, getting around that spot that was sort of wiggling for people playing more up the boards. It's getting around it.
So I know that this is not your inherent base of knowledge, but we've got two-handers going against each other. Are there subtle differences that you see in, I think we all want to lump two-handers as all doing it the same.
True, and you're right. It's really not my area of expertise is the difference two-handers. And you're right, we don't lump right-handers together or left-handers together yet. We do lump the two-handers together. You know, I think that no matter what, they're cleaner through the fronts, just by nature of their ball speed and their revolutions. But still, at the end of the day, they still have to pick the right ball, and they still have to play the right area of the lane. Now where Jesse's playing, we've seen it break down, and now he's getting more of an inconsistent reaction. Here, now he got it right into that oil spot that Justin struggled with. Because the oil is further down the lane on this left lane, and he kept it right in that oil, and you never saw the ball move.
Nope, never moved. So after an open in the fourth frame, that's Jesse's first open in 2 matches, by the way. He'll have a little easier challenge on the leave here to finish off this spare. The last one was almost impossible.
And that's because the 10 fell down. I mean, this could have been a very difficult spare to make.
Yes, so meanwhile, on the other side, this guy has been perfect through 4. And, you know, as Jesse has stumbled a little bit, it does not help that the other guy is dialed in right now.
I know, you look at it, is there an advantage to coming up the ladder and having bowled on the condition? Because this is the only condition that Andrew knows, right? He hasn't seen it before where Jesse has had to deal with the changes in the lanes, because they have been changing as he's been bowling on them. And they're approaching the shot completely different.
Yeah, perfect through 5 for Andrew Kopec. I mentioned his college bowling, also a top 50 2018 in the Junior Golds, top 10 in the 2024 Rochester Masters. So he may be new to our show, but in this area, he is one of the elite guys.
Yeah, that's a lot of good experience right there.
And that's the first pin left for Andrew Kopec after 5 strikes.
Still an excellent shot, just
a bad break there, wasn't it?
Just a little bit of a bad break, yep. Again, that's the lane that has just a little bit more carry down, so it could, you know, just hold it off just a hair, just enough to change his entry into the pocket.
So 5 strikes and a spare to get things started for Andrew Kopec. Home stretch of match number 2. coming your way next.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are
The Bowling Proprietors.
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
Welcome back to the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, New York. As we continue our match with Taccone versus Kopec. And I mentioned this is the second time we're here. We started our season number 2 here back in September, and that month was the Sam DeWitt month, the month of Sam DeWitt, because he won all 4 weeks here, swept the month. The very impressive Steel City striker Sam DeWitt III was the story of the Rochester trip early around it. As you mentioned, that was a medium oil pattern, so it was a little different here. But we've had guys run long streaks here in our trips to ABC Gates Bowl. Last season, season number 1, it was Derek Green that won 3 of the 4 weeks here in Rochester.
Well, it seems to be evolving a little bit more as the lane conditions change, because now we are bringing in the urethane and playing a little bit straighter up, more to the right where the dry is. So that was an adjustment on Jesse's part to get out of the jail that he was in with the ball that he was using.
And a good adjustment there, back-to-back strikes for Jesse Taccone. Now, we like to think that we're a pretty big deal here on Beat the Champ, but we're not quite the biggest deal they're going to have here at the ABC Gates Bowl, because coming up in a couple of weeks, they get a PBA Tour stop here. First time the PBA Tour has been here to Rochester since the late 90s. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks, and that'll be a big deal here. And if you're watching this show in the Rochester area, come on out here and experience the world's greatest bowlers. We've got really good bowlers, but the world's greatest bowlers are going to be here for the PBA Tour here at the ABC Gates Bowl.
Yep, I used to come out every year and watch the tour when it was at Olympic Bowl. It was such a big deal when the tour came to Rochester, and it's nice that they brought it back.
So another strike in the 7th frame for Andrew.
Yeah,
And
there's no reason. Right, exactly. There's no reason for him to panic. I mean, yeah, he's getting a little bit
Except
of
for a couple of ring 10s, right?
yeah, and he's not in a position where he has to get all mad. Just make your spares and keep going. I mean, he had such a nice start that there's just no reason to panic.
Yeah, Andrew has dabbled in a little bit of the PBA Tour, some of the regional events, actually cashed in his very first one. So, so again, testing himself at the highest level. And that's an 8th frame spare for Andrew Kopec. Winner of this match goes on to our returning champion, Josh Smith, who was very impressive last week in sweeping the week at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes. And thankfully for him, he only had that short, less than an hour drive to make.
Yep, that'll change next month, but, we've been out in this area now for a couple months.
A little bump, but not enough.
Yeah, he got the trip on that 4 last frame on this right lane, but this time it did not go.
Yeah, watch the 4 bobble a little.
Yep, he's playing you know, straight up with the urethane ball, and it just bites up a little bit more on that right lane because, as we've been able to figure out, that left lane is definitely tighter.
So Jesse, Andrew, Justin, and all of the bowlers that you will see over the next couple of weeks are all eligible for next month's Beat the Champ Invitational, which will be held at Transit Lanes in Williamsville, New York. And again, it is open. It's sort of our season-ending playoff show, open to any and all of the bowlers that qualified for our TV show through the course of season number 2. It's going to be about 75 bowlers are eligible to qualify. We'll pin it down to the final 4, and then we will crown a Beat the Champ Invitational winner who gets the Healy Miller Trophy. Last year it was Ty Ingles. We'll see if Ty has the chance to qualify again, try to make it 2 in a row, or we're going to get a new trophy holder.
Ooh, he got that one a little bit right. He was surprised to see that come back.
And that'll be again next month when we move our shows back to the Buffalo area at Transit Lanes to wrap up season number 2. Yeah, he got a little bit of the slow pin fall there, slow multiple pin falls.
Yep, you want to see that. You want to know you have that much room that he got that one right and still got a strike out of it. Ooh,
Perfect.
ball change. Ball change on the left lane.
Noticed that right away, didn't you?
Yep, because he's looking towards the next match to see how he wants to start it out.
Smart, because it looks like Andrew is headed off to that championship match with a very impressive performance here today. So 2 guys in their Beat the Champ debuts have been very impressive with big scores, lots of strikes. Oh, that came flying across and just missed the 10 pin.
Yeah, he obviously thought that other ball was just going to do nothing but 10 pin for him on this lane, so he's definitely looking for a little different look to go into the next match.
So final shot here for Andrew Kopec to post up an impressive victorious score. And he's got it. And what does he get for it? A 248.
Yep.
Very impressive. So Jesse with the 244 got him to this match, and it's Andrew with the 248 that's going to get him to the championship match.
Thinking he might have needed to go to that ball just a little bit sooner, would have had a little better results.
Yeah, again, sometimes, you know, as you have taught me and everyone else out there, making the ball change is one thing. Knowing when to make it is a completely different but equally important decision.
Yeah, it's important to know. Sometimes you question whether it was you who made a bad shot or was off a little bit, or whether it is the ball reaction. I mean, it's the one thing about being consistent in your game is you can make ball changes quicker if you know whether you've thrown it well or not.
Is it hard to fight the urge that, you know, hey, I just had 4 good shots and 1 bad one. I don't want to change yet.
100%, especially if you think it may have been you. You know, you might have missed in a little bit. But you got to quickly figure out that you want to have a little bit of area. And if you have to be so perfect that you don't have anything, you don't have any hook to your right and you don't have any oil to your left.
Well, Taccone ends with 4 consecutive strikes, but that 212 is not enough because Andrew Kopec off to the championship match. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Championship match. Andrew Kopec, after the 248 to 212 win, advances to take on our returning champion, Josh Smith. It was Josh Smith that swept last week at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. Impressive. He averaged 241 in the 3 wins last week. So he makes the trip here, and let's see how he does in a new venue, a place that he is familiar with as well. How about that for
Excellent.
calming yourself down with a good start?
Excellent. What? This lane's tighter? No way.
So a very impressive performance from Andrew Kopec in his debut here on the show. Can't argue with a 248. So the Rochester native, who bowls in a league regularly here at ABC Gates Bowl, is using the home lane advantage. Let's see if it holds up. And we got strikes to get us started.
He is so comfortable with his ball reaction.
And to me, he very consistent. You see a comfortable look. I see a guy who is kind of doing everything the same all the time, which, as you've taught me, is one of the keys to this sport, being consistent.
Yeah, well, he's...
if you want consistent results, you have to be consistent in what happens before the results.
He's now choosing to use two different balls on each lane, and that sometimes is what you need to do to even them out.
So it was Josh Smith that we mentioned won all 3 weeks last week and ended the run of Mark Pulaski, the very impressive 3-week run last month at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes. It was Josh Smith that beat him in that championship match and advances on here, 33 years old from Newark, New York. I asked Josh, I said, he's a small town guy from a small town, kind of, he's a part of that group of people that sort of live and hang out at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl lanes. I said, how's life been as a champion? And he said, he goes, the next day I was back up on a roof. He goes, that puts your ego in check pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yep.
He owns his own home improvement company, Smith Exteriors, so you can't call in and go, I'm a bowling champion, I'm not coming to work today.
Nope, not when you're the owner.
No.
Oh, there's that nasty little hang spot in that left lane.
Well, it looked like he might get enough pin action to take the 10 out. There were 2 pins that could have done it, and neither did.
Such a nice shot. But that 10 pin is a stickler there on that left lane because the ball goes just a little bit longer.
So always a challenge for a bowler from another bowling center to advance to a new one as we move our show along. So the question to Josh was, you're only an hour away. Have you bowled here much at all? He said, I bowled here in high school when I was bowling on the Newark High School bowling team. We bowled sectional tournaments and other big events here. So he is familiar with the ABC Gates Bowl.
I mean, if I were to say there's any kind of advantage, the people that qualified here would have a slight advantage just knowing how the lanes changed as they bowled. Like even Andrew making this really quick move on the left lane. He did not hesitate. 2 10 pins, and he switched balls. he didn't wait to leave something impossible to make on the left lane. He tried out another ball, and that's the one he's sticking with. And, I think maybe just in qualifying, being able to see how the lanes break down can be a little bit of an advantage.
4th frame now for Andrew.
What a ball change.
And for the 2nd match in a row, he starts with 4 strikes.
I'm a big advocate of, have a nice selection of bowling balls that do something different, knowing what they do. People that go out and buy bowling balls, real quickly when something comes out, I think can lend to some confusion as to when to use them. But when you have stuff that follows in line, like he knew exactly what ball he needed to go to get the ball reaction he needed.
Oh, the 9 pin.
Okay, so here's
almost got whacked from the side there.
Okay, so here's my opportunity to correct myself from last month. So I did say that the 9 pin was a true tap, because I had learned that as I was growing up. But in fact, it's the 8 pin that's the true tap. And my partner corrected me, and so I just want to give him a shout out. And here's my opportunity to say something. So the ball's driving and just missing the 9, but it should be taking out the 8. When it doesn't take out the 8, that's a true tap. So take a look at this. Just misses catching that 9 pin.
Boy, there was about a half an inch from hitting the 9 pin. So 2 strikes and 2 spares for Josh Smith as he eyes those pins for the 5th frame. But again, the problem is the other guy hasn't missed yet.
And we've seen this. We've seen this left lane be tough to get out the 10 pins.
Yep.
Even on what appears to be really great shots.
33 years old, the 221 average in the league that he bowls in at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. And if you'll recall from the story that we told you last week, grew up with one of Doug Kent's sons, literally spent a lot of his childhood with the Kent family, learning from them at the bowling center. His dad is the repairman at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. So the mechanic, so, you know, bowling is in his blood for Josh, and the connection to Doug Kent is there as well.
Certainly is a good person to learn from.
Sure is. We had a great time last month hanging out at the Rose Bowl Lanes.
Wow, slap out that 10. That is a great shot right there. When
5
you see,
frames, 5 perfect.
When you see that 10 pin cracked out like that, take a look. This is one of the greatest shots out there. Brian Voss, if anybody's familiar with that name, was excellent at cracking out that 10.
When it slides to the left like that?
Yep, that is a great shot.
So what that means, you're getting the right hit to send the pin bouncing off the side to take out the 10. Six frames, 6 strikes for Andrew Kopec. An impressive second performance. Can he keep it up? Come on back.
Yeah, bowling. Such a well-oiled machine of mischief for the masses. The Egyptians made bowling the sport of pharaohs, and yet bowling said, no, I am for him, for her, even that guy. Yeah, don't do that. You light the stage for us. You bring the encouragement, and all you ask in return? What's your shoe size? Don't go boring. Go bowling.
12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
Our host center for Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart, is the ABC Gates Bowl, and you can find them online at abcgatesbowl.com. They're just one of our many great host centers, and if you want details on how to be a part of Beat the Champ, just stop in at any of our host centers and ask them how you can be on the show, and we might be seeing you here on the lanes, but get moving because we only got one more stop here in season number 2, and that's next month at Transit Lanes in Williamsville, New York. Much needed strike for Josh Smith in the 6th frame.
Absolutely, that was a beauty.
You either better get going to get on the show next month, or you better get going to keep practicing and use the summer to prepare yourself for season number 3. So Josh needs to put a few together here because at this point, I don't know when Andrew Kopec's going to miss. If he's going to miss.
Yeah, he's really lined up.
But if he does, Josh needs to be there to jump in, and that's not going to help.
Well, he was definitely trying to do something a little bit different. Needed some different results, and he got a different result, but not a good one. Ball just hangs, goes a little bit longer on this left lane, and Andrew's got it figured out. And his opponents so far have not.
And that's going to be an open in the 7th for Josh Smith. 14 career 300s for Andrew Kopec with an 832 high series in his bowling career that has spanned almost 25 years for the 27-year-old. 7th frame. And that's the first one that stays up. It happened in the last match in the 6th frame. Now it happens here in the 7th frame. So if he keeps bowling on our show, we need about 2 more matches for him to get to the 10th.
I wonder if you would have brought that up a little later if you would have struck a few more times.
You know, you always blame me for all this stuff. I'll take it. I'm ready. I just throw the facts out there. You can decide whether it had anything to do with it or not.
And while as fun as it would have been to shoot 300, he's got this game well in hand.
Yes. So if it holds up and Andrew Kopec wins this, we get to see him next week on the show where he'll face 3 new potential challengers. And we've got some good names and some veteran bowlers coming your way for next week as well. Josh Smith has been a fun guy to watch bowl and a fun guy to get to talk to a little bit. Just a classic working man, works with his hands, you know, climbing roofs, fixing houses, and bowling a little bit in his spare time, and that's really cool, and that's what makes this sport so fun to be a part of. You know, now he's just got to go back to being a regular guy that climbs up on roofs and not a TV star for the moment. Doesn't mean we won't see him again.
That's right. Made an excellent showing, though.
Yeah, you know, I know, you know, he's one of those guys, like a lot of them would kind of carry those portable fans around. And, you know, to think that the battery that's powering that portable fan today is probably running a nail gun tomorrow is pretty cool for Josh.
Yeah, it's always a little bit of a disappointment, you know, a little bit of a letdown to come in as the champ and, you know, jump in against bowlers that, you know, have been bowling on this condition. I mean, he didn't choose to take part in the qualifiers, so he really was just coming in kind of cold.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic of our show that, you know, you win and then the venue changes and you lose some of the advantages that helped you win before.
Exactly.
Right. Again, as we mentioned, he's bowled here before, but he's not a league bowler here like Andrew Kopec is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not here every week, multiple times a week.
I mean, being able to finish second is your worst finish. I mean, that's nice too. I mean, obviously the advantage of being a champ is automatically being first or second. But, you know, it is a bit of a challenge to come in and bowl somebody that's pretty warmed up on the shot.
Sure. So Andrew Kopec is going to be our new champion. First time beat the champ bowler, going to be a first time champion. And we'll get to stick around a little bit and battle for a second championship next week.
I mean, he's had a lot of, he'll have a lot of opportunity next week. I mean, there'll be a lot more games on the lanes. They won't be the same as what he's bowling on now. But I was wondering if he was going to just see what that other ball, what the ball he's using in the left lane would have done on the right lane if he would have thrown it. He chose not to, but just out of curiosity to see what would have happened. But
sure,
he'll have plenty of time next week to test out bowling balls.
The lanes will change. The competitors will change.
Right. So it really doesn't matter.
You know, depending on next week, maybe there's some lefties that will not impact the right side of the lanes as much. Like those are all the factors that come into play.
Sure.
And then you have to sit around and watch 2 other matches before you bowl, which didn't, you know, we only had to watch 1 match here today. So those are all the little factors that come into play that make it hard to string a lot of wins together. At least that's the challenge of putting a lot together. And You know, we've had guys like Sam DeWitt and Derek Green who have done 6 and 5 in a row, which are the 2 longest streaks here in our first 2 seasons, and that says an awful lot about them.
Right. Strike here, and he averages 248 for the day.
Very impressive. Oh, thankfully he'll get that one out of the way, but it's a win for Andrew Kopec and a 247 for him. We'll come back and wrap up week 1 in Rochester next.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
Great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are
The Bowling Proprietors.
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. And by the Bowling Proprietors Association of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today. Impressive 247 and 248 games make Andrew Kopec our new champion. So what was a bigger factor? Your comfort level here at the ABC Gates Bowl, or starting both matches off with 5 strikes?
I think getting off to an early start was definitely a big advantage. Once I got those first couple shots out of the way, it made everything a little bit easier.
All right. Sue, I know you had a technical question for Andrew.
Well, I always like to talk about technology, and you did make a key ball change there on the left lane. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the ball started to waver a little bit on the left lane. Didn't quite go through the pins the right way. Made an educated guess to go to a little bit of a quicker ball, and that seemed to make a difference.
You told us this is your first time ever bowling in a TV setting like this. You seemed incredibly composed. How were you able to find that level of relaxation knowing everything is going on around you like this?
It's just bowling. That's really all it is. Throw 10 good shots and hope it's enough in the end.
All right. You know what? That's a good strategy for everybody out. It's just bowling. Ignore all the rest of this stuff, and you might be standing here as our champion. We're going to get to see him again because he's going to be back next week to face a whole new group of competitors. It is Storm Beat the Champ presented by BowlersMart. Andrew Kopec, our champion in Rochester. We'll see you next week.